debate of the sexes, you might say. We're talking about relationships 101, men versus women. Maybe we shouldn't even say men versus women, you know?
Yeah, that's right.
Men try and understand women.
Men with women.
Yeah, right. I would say that.
Trying to get laid.
Some of these men are going to be without women.
Yes, I do think that men try to understand women, but I think the problem, I think that the problem is that every woman is so different. And you're about to touch on a subject that's really going to be very fiery when you want to talk about sex. Because nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to say, as she mentioned earlier, that nobody's doing it well. And no man, or should I say no woman, wants to admit that she's looking for that man that's going to make her comfortable enough so she can be as uninhibited and as freaky as she wants to be. Because that's what she wants. That is absolutely true. How can that not be true?
Why isn't that true, Judy?
Why isn't that true?
Well, because I host a show called Love Phones, and there are men and women who call, and everybody's willing to admit, I want to learn how to please the other person, and I want them to teach me what to do to please them, and I want to know.
There are guys now. What I've just said.
Most guys think they know. I think most guys think they know already and consider themselves the world's greatest lover.
Every man who's arrogant about thinking he's good in bed is because he's gotten away with it with some other woman that was like, oh, you're the greatest.
Well, let me ask you guys this. What is the best way, if you are not completely satisfied, but it's just a little adjustment here or there, what is the best way that a woman could say that to you in a loving way?
You know, it makes me feel so good when you touch me like that. Put it in a positive way, positive reinforcement. Don't say, God, I hate when you do that.
What do you say?
Women do express themselves. There are a lot of women nowadays that will express themselves. I am not shy to tell you how I want it.
I never.
I'm not gonna sit there and lie. But there are a lot of men. That don't want to take the time. I mean, recently I had to be on a dating scene, and the first thing they want to do is talk about what they want to do in the bedroom. I don't even know you as a person. Yeah. I want to know. I want to get to know you as a person.
Because that's the truth about men. The truth about
once
men
we get
what, Bob?
Men want to have sex with a woman on the first date.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Sometimes
But do you respect them in the morning?
Sure you do. It all depends. Yes, you do. See, now there you go.
Now these women say, you say no.
Go ahead.
If I won't expect to be respected if I slept with you the first time.
Well, I think you need to. Let me hold on, Bob. Hold on. Let me say this.
One at a time.
That has a lot more to do with how you feel about yourself as a woman. When you get old and you mature, you secure within yourself. It's the way if you decide as an adult you want to have sex, you shouldn't be worried about what his attitude is.
That's why I won't sleep with nobody, because the way I feel to myself, I feel like I'm too good to be sleeping with somebody the first time I meet them.
Well, that's a personal preference.
The reason why women don't feel good about having sex on a first date is because they know that a man would have sex with any person in the world. It's not them. The man has got to know them as a person and like them as a person, and they need to do the same with the man before they feel comfortable having sex.
There are women today, there is the modern woman who also wants to have sex on the first date, and some guys who feel they're being used for sex, because I hear it, and that's what the new woman wants. So there are, really, and so now you guys are finally agreeing with the women here.
That's true. We use sex differently. Some women make the choice to have sex. Some men do. That's certainly their choice. They're adults, and they will, deal with their respect next. The thing is that men have sex to get to know the woman better.
That's true.
Women have sex to feel connected, bonded, loved, and we want to know him first before we open ourselves up in that way. Typically,
all women feel that way.
But I think generally speaking, you're absolutely right.
Just want to have sex,
and
they're treating guys like the guys treat the women. Absolutely.
But when a woman just wants to have sex and treats the man like the man treats a woman, the men respond in exactly the same way.
Right.
I don't want to be just a piece of meat. I want to be somebody you care about. And so that's a basic feeling. That's human beings. It's a human feeling.
I don't like to feel cheap in the morning.
You don't like
I hate that, but I'll deal with it, but I don't like it.
Michael, you wrote the book on how and why men cheat. Is it a lot, and maybe women also, is it when they're sexually unsatisfied that they think that's justification to go out?
I think that when people aren't honest about the fact that they have to quote unquote click in the bedroom to have a healthy relationship, they're already setting themselves up. For example, you made a point about why doesn't the man communicate with the woman. Men who have wives and girlfriends will go out and ask the other woman to do things he won't ask his wife and girlfriend to do because he doesn't see her as a whole woman. He's just looking for a sex thing, you know, a little love machine. So I think that if men...
Why is that?
I think because men have the wrong idea what a wife is supposed to be about. She should be your freak too. She's supposed to be everything to you, and a lot of men want the wife that's, you know, that he can put on the pedestal and then go out in the streets to find the freak.
Do you know why this happens? It's because men are encouraged as little boys much too soon to have sex with women they can look down on. Townies, prostitutes. And so in the early relationships, they exploit women, and so they never learn to interrelate love and sex. And so when they finally fall in love, they separate sex. They can only have sex with somebody they look down on, and they can't have sex, complicated, fulfilling sex with a woman they put on a pedestal.
Why do you think, Joyce, why do you think that that in the fooling around business, the growth industry is with women, not with men? Why do you think so many more women are cheating today than 10, 20, 30 years ago?
I'll let you answer that question right after this commercial break. And also coming next, what happens when you're in a relationship and the powerful attraction of that old flame starts burning up? Would you like to have lunch? I'm in town. You know what can happen. Find out how to deal with that when we come back.